After a short break, the BTRDA and Welsh Rally Championship seasons kicked off again, as did the fights. The Woodpecker stages would be the theatre. The Shropshire-based event had shaken up the route and given the crews a whole new challenge. And this year, the sun was shining. And that meant only one thing: dust. Jamie Anderson brought the Mitsubishi WRC out from retirement this weekend, dusting it off only to get covered in another layer, leading the way on the opening stages of the day, but sadly coming to an end with gearbox issues in stage 3. This opening up the door for Paul Bird to take the event lead, only a single second behind Anderson before retirement and starting to pull out a bigger advantage at the top now. The BTRDA and Welsh Championship would be enjoying a close battle both ways round. Callum Black leading the way in both of those series to start, only to lose some time in stage 4 and hand the lead to Hugh Hunter, out in a Fiesta WRC this weekend and settling in well to that new car. Stephen Petch wouldn't be having the best of starts. A few overshoots on the opening stage, putting him down in 4th place for now, 31 seconds off the lead. The championship, of course, on his mind as well as the dust of the Woodpecker. Roger Chilman would lead the way in the two-wheel drive crews, not registered for the various championships, but showing what he could do on the overall leaderboard. Meanwhile, the lead in the two-wheel drive championship crews would belong to this man, Ashley Davies, leading the way in the Silver Star category with a small advantage, but enough of a buffer going into the second half of the day. The 1400 lead at this stage would belong to Dave Brick, clearly pushing on the early stages of the event and having a few moments along the way, as to be expected from Brick. Brick's fight at this stage would be with this man, Chris Powell, in the Sunbeam. Swapping times and positions, these two guys, something which almost came to an end in the final stage of the rally. The Sunbeam crew having a big moment in Ratner and lucky to get away with it too. They continue though and eventually take second place in the category, leaving Brick to take victory on his local event. There wouldn't be any change in the lead of the Silver Star and two-wheel drive honours though. Ashley Davies taking those, keeping his cool and reaching the end of the rally with victory. His second category win of the season, but the overall two-wheel drive win on the event would still belong to Roger Chilman. The car sporting a little front-end modifications, shall we say, but they clearly hadn't cost too much time on the stages. The top of the results would take a little shake-up though. Hugh Hunter sadly slipping down a little to take 4th, but that would be a great debut in the car and a 3rd place finish in the BTRDA series points as well, 2nd place in the Welsh Championship. But the event this weekend would produce a podium filled with winners. Stephen Petch ending the event with 3rd place overall. The championship points enough to crown him 2017 BTRDA champion. A long-awaited and sometimes, it seems, hard-fought victory for the team. For Callum Black, it will be 2nd this weekend, a result good enough for both a BTRDA and a Welsh Championship victory. And while the BTRDA was decided, the Welsh Series would still be up for grabs on the final round in November. But for this weekend, victory overall would belong to Paul Bird and Jamie Edwards. A great comeback drive on the stages for Bird and the first BTRDA victory for Edwards. A great end to a tricky event. You can catch all of the action from the BTRDA Welsh and ST Trophy Championship categories of the event online over the next week, with the BTRDA TV show a few days later. In the meantime, keep an eye on our social media for more updates, behind-the-scenes content and exclusive coverage from these exciting championships.